Welcome to the chat, everyone. So, the Superman movie has been highlighted as a great starting point for the new DCU due to several factors and about the upcoming Flash projects that are shaping up to be a very exciting next step by introducing a major villain and building out the universe. Welcome to the chat, everyone. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do hit that like and subscribe, and let's continue to grow the channel even more with your help. Here's why the Superman movie is considered a great start. The foundation for the DCEU. He is considered to be the most powerful meta-human. The Superman movie is specifically designed to be the tip-off point for the beginning of this DCEU. Its initial success has allowed James Gunn to proceed with its extensive plans for the upcoming movies and TV shows. Next up, we have the Peacemaker Season 2 coming out on August 21st. So this movie deliberately incorporates elements from, if you're old enough to remember, Smallville, and its vibes, the tone, and literally in the form of Smallville cameos. Some of them do show up, and there's a lot of Easter eggs. It's very similar how Smallville originally was introduced to many of the DC characters. Their Superman movie introduces the broader DC universe in a way where superhero activities like Superman flying around and fighting, it's a regular day-to-day basis. So regular that people just walk in the sidewalks like nothing happened. So that gives it a different type of vibe from the other iteration other than the 1978 Superman. Reinventing Superman, right? The way that the film successfully portrays Superman as the perfect superhuman that you could see closest to perfect, effectively overcoming previous, again, iterations like the Man of Steel and Batman versus Superman that are perceived as making him a little bit plain and boring. He didn't have that playfulness that this Clark Kent has or that this Superman has. This Superman is depicted as the symbol of hope and bringing justice to all. Cares deeply about everyone and everything, every single life. Again, he's cheerful, he cracks jokes, he has a very corny persona, which is noted as being true to the character. Let's talk about the supporting cast and some of the technical elements to it. The movie excels in introducing the supporting characters, making the viewer want to see more of them. This includes Mr. Terrific, that he's number one, I think his serious tone makes him very likable. Guy Gardner, and he's described and he can see it. If you haven't had a chance to see this movie, please do go and watch it. He is an a-hole. When it comes to the most important character, who is the closest relationship to Superman and Clark Kent, Lois Lane, she just knocks it out of the park. In her journalistic way and in her gravitas toward Clark and Superman. And this chemistry develops very natural. Lex Luthor is highlighted as the great villain with multi-generational levels of hatred for Superman. This guy, I mean, he seems and is a threat left and right, creating and with his money and the social media. I mean, he truly is a villain that can go head to toe with Superman, even without the superpower. So something that we also, now that we talked about the supporting character, something that makes this movie the movie that it is let's talk a little bit about the soundtrack. It carries the symbol of hope and it's emotional, impactful, and it just brings joy and hope every time you hear the action sequence and the way that the camera works. It just works. James Gunn as a director makes this movie work. I was a fan of Snyder and the Snyderverse did with Superman because of the amazing action behind it, the world ending. But this movie is just immerses you and it uses the close shots very, very effectively. The storyline is very simple yet very effective. It focuses mainly on Superman conflict with Lex Luthor. But at the same time, it does opens up the bigger picture and for the future of the DCU. So talking about the future of the DCU, the Flash movie and the related projects, they're looking every day more exciting as next step because they're part of that larger universe that is being deliberately, strategically expanded into the roster of characters and villains. So it seems that when it comes down to, because we know that Supergirl is the big next project, as well as the Lanterns that HBO or HBO Max TV series is going to come up for next year. But it seems that this movie, without them actually saying it, it is hoping to introduce the major Flash villain. So I think because of the success of the Superman movie, it's giving him an opportunity to continue to expand with projects like the what's being rumored out there to be a Jimmy Olsen Superman TV show. Not sure why that show is being greenlit, if at all. It's being rumored that it's an HBO crime anthology show where Jimmy Olsen investigates different DCU villains case by case. So I'm hoping that this serves not as a full flag, but at least to bring more awareness to the overall DC universe of villains for upcoming movies. I think James Gunn wants to see what the reaction is of the general public when it comes to the villains, because some of them could be a little bit comicky, like Gorilla Grodd. So that is something that he might be considering. Let's put it out there and see what the reaction to the general public could be when that becomes available in a future Flash movie or the TV series for Jimmy Olsen. I am not a fan, again, to start off what he did. I will say this again. I am not a fan of the starting the series with an animated series like he did with Creature Commando. Even though he has said that Gorilla Grodd and his interpretation of him was a alternate timeline, flash forward of the original timeline. James Gunn hasn't stated who the main villain of the Flash will be, but if he does get its clues from the Creature Commandos, that means that it's gonna be Gorilla Grodd and that it's gonna be an older generation of Wally West, with Barry Allen being an older Flash and Jay Garrick yet even older. However, as always, the central point would be Barry Allen, and training the younger Wally West could also be a possibility. It's also rumored that the actual Justice League, it's gonna feature Wally West as the Flash, just like the animated version of the team. Because again, according to what's being rumored, is that James Gunn plans to recast the new main version of the Flash after casting the new Batman and Wonder Woman. That's gonna happen probably in the next couple of years. Until then, multiple Flashes might be seen in the background of this movie. I wouldn't be surprised that they do the female version of the Flash. Jesse Chambers as Jesse Quick, as also one of the points of the Flash movie. Again, it seems that's the way that James Gunn is starting this universe of the DCU. So it wouldn't be surprising that Jesse Quick makes an appearance on the early stages. What do you guys think? Have you had a chance to actually go see this movie? Superman, it is an amazing movie. It is a great starting point. I feel that it's in great hands. So I am eager to hear what you guys think. This is a conversation again. Please do hit that like and subscribe and tell me what you guys think about the Superman movie or sequels, and what the main roster for that Justice League could look like. Once again, welcome to the chat, and please do hit that like and subscribe. I'm looking forward to hearing what your thoughts are. And if you have any comments, any trailers that you would like to see some breakdown, please post it in the chat.